All right, good morning, hockey fans. It is Saturday, December 27, just a couple of days removed from the big fat man with the white beard making his way down from the North Pole. Today features a midday matchup down in Falmouth, Massachusetts. The visiting team in white, KPW, will be playing the team in the teal blue jerseys from Bourne. These two teams in the past have typically had some chippy play throughout. I believe this is the first time they have encountered each other this season. We will be back shortly for the drop of the puck. Stay tuned, hockey fans. Just a brief look. Got some limited fans in attendance here today in Gallo Arena. Standing remotely in the back row by some of family members here. Some visiting family members out and about. And there's the horn. So the teams are going to gather and collect in front of their benches. We'll be back shortly for the drop of the puck. Coach going over some pre-game adjustments, some game planning. Number 70, Connor Murphy, will be the backstop today. All right, we are underway, folks. D'Entremont and Pisano back on the defensive pairing to open things up with. Looks like Bingham, Niles, and McGann. Puck is thrown all the way out from deep, and that will go past the defender, number 26, for no icing. Wrapped in deep behind the board. He wraps it hard. McGann comes in with the skate, kicks it in. Throws it out in front, but that was intercepted. Poke checked in by Niles. Carried out into the neutral zone. Pisano backpedaling. D'Entremont pushes his man out wide. Murphy was there to absorb the quick shot in and gets a stoppage. Next line out will be... Looks like we got McEachern and McGowan defensive pairing. Brendan Connolly, number 16, going to move up to the right wing. Centered by Jacob Greenfield. And number 24, looks like that's Cooch over there on the left wing. Shuffled back to the point, deflected wide. Kekin grabs the puck. Sauces up, tape to Greenfield, leaves it in behind. Centerman looking to get out wide. Connolly, two-way player. Can go defense and offense when called upon. Looks like he'll be up in the offensive zone today. Greenfield rubbing his player out. That lets it get back to McEachern, who takes a long wrist shot in and absorbed by the Cape Codders. 10:39 to play. Gann on the draw. One back by the Codders. Chipped. Now that comes out of the zone. Pisano off of his skate. Leaves it for Gallagher, number 8. Pisano loses it out in front, but then he stays with the puck. That allows Kruger to drop back and offer his assistance. Picked up by McGann. Chips it out under the stick of Kruger, but back out into the neutral zone. D'Entremont throws a cross-ice pass over to Kruger, hops over his stick. He steps up, loses it back into the zone. Throws it high slot, doesn't clear it. Gives it to Gallagher. He's looking to get his feet moving. Throws it into the skates. And McGann does a nice job controlling the puck off the inside of his left blade. Carried back into the offensive zone. Couple of shifty moves. And that puck just couldn't find its way out. That's deflected and then chopped into the corner. A little bit of safety zone. That's picked up back by the Cape Cod player. That looks like McLeod carrying it in behind. Got a man open. Niles was there. Picks it up by D'Entremont, carrying it out. He's got Bingham coming down the center wing with him. underneath his stick. Bingham picks it up. He gets out to the outside lane for the shot. He goes in, top shot. He goes bar down. And he picks that top corner. Good job carrying that puck out. I believe that was... I think that was Dietzerman that carried it out. I could have lost shape of who carried that out. But a good cross-ice pass gets over to Bingham. And Bingham finally closes one in. Top shelf, bar down. Puts KPW up 1-0. This is KPW's first lead of the game. They have been on a goal-scoring drought the last couple of games, having been blanked in their last couple of outings. So nice for them to get on the board. Niles working his man in the corner. That leaves room for Greenfield to step in and enjoy the ruckus. But that's coming right back out in the other direction. McGowan goes into a backpedal retreat, pushes his man out wide. That leaves the puck deep into the corner. That lets Bingham step in, and then Greenfield takes a chip on his man, takes Marks down, but it gets back to the point. Got a man all alone out in front. And then McGowan quickly pounces in, not allowing another shot out in front. Rebound, that hit off the post, and the rebound comes back out to Kent, and Kent gets his own rebound and was able to tuck it in. Too many quality scoring chances right there for the Cape Codders. And all alone, uncontested out in front. Got some help from the post on one of those shots, but a couple of rebounds. Unmarked men were finding themselves all alone, uncontested, and they were able to tuck it back in. So as quickly as KPW, enjoying the fruits and labors of their own first goal, quickly gives it right back to the Cape Cod. And now we're back to knotted up at 1. Thrown out. Connolly wisely lifts the stick of Kent, who was looking to intercept that pass into the neutral zone. Carried in, Pisano backpedaling. Man goes in all alone. Off the paddle was Murphy, deflecting that out of harm's way. Pisano gets tugged down and then loses his stick, but KP continues on the rush. Connolly comes in and he shoots it just wide of the net. And touched up by a Cotter, and that will go for a tripping call on the Cotters. 90 seconds for the power play. It's going to put KP in on a first period power play with 7:58 to go. Face off, one deep into the corner, but Kruger steps in. He swooshes it back in behind, gets it all low out in front, and Greenfield gets a shot up, but it just shoots wide. Gallagher working in behind the net, carrying it. He reverses flow, gets it out and behind. He's a little backhand shovel pass out in front, tries to get it to Greenfield. But now in transition, coming out the other way, we got 3 skaters for Cape Cod, forgetting that they're on a power play. That should send some traffic up the other way if Kruger can get to it. Not wisely chipped in, and that will come in just off sides for a stoppage in the action with 57 seconds to go on the KPW power play. McGann on the draw, wins it forward to Niles. Niles wisely dumps it into the corner. And he's got, zooming the wrong way here. That puck was carried in. Bingham was harassing his player a little bit from behind, perhaps slowing Theriault up just a little bit. It allows his partner to get in just a half a step off sides. McGann looking to win this draw forward to Bingham. And he does! Coach knew where he was going. Oh, and Bingham goes in, and as he's falling down, he gets that left arm loose of the stick, tugs his man down, and he is going to go to the bench. Yeah, any time that you take one of your hands off the stick and you put it up around the neck and head of your opponent, who then subsequently goes down to the ice, you're just inviting the call for the referee, all while being up a man. So there was nothing left for the Zebra to do but make that call. So we have 404 skaters for the next 18 seconds. Fortunately, that puck hit off the skate of the Zebra to anxiously awaiting Cotter, who was able to retrieve the puck, get a shot on net. Buster Berg, number 19, getting the shot in. Looking to win the draw, and he does. Throws it back to the point. That's got Connolly. He's trying to spring himself free. Does he have enough to get down the ice? And he does. He goes to the backhand, and Connolly. Oh, he just exploded with a full order of steam for speed down that ice. That was a face-off win. Went underneath the Cape Cod player. Connolly just pounced on it. I think that may go as a shorthanded goal, as the Cotter had come free onto the ice, so it was 5-on-4. The speed of Connolly was just too much for the Cape Codders to absorb. Makes a great move, shows it on the forehand to the backhand, and then right back in the other direction. I didn't even have time to finish celebrating that goal by Connolly. Before we knew it, I mean, we're back to 2-on-2. So, twice now, we have not even been able to enjoy a lead before Cape Cod is right back on it. Now we're tied up back at 2, 5-on-5 skaters. That's just happening all too quick. And right back down in transition. And they walk in off the face-off win. That's Kent, I believe, getting his second goal of the game. He comes in all alone uncontested and just goes top shelf and pastes that up under the bar for 3-2. Only a couple of seconds later, after their goal that tied it up at 2, puts them up to 3. I'm not seeing enough grit here in attacking the puck. Far too much time and space for these Cape Codders to gain possession of the puck and then skate with the puck. The quality chances have just been far too many for what you'd like to see out of your team. And then we're coming in all alone in the high slot again. Good back check by Greenfield. Once again, now the Cape Cod player was uncontested, all alone out in front. Kruger skating down the middle, taking a couple of players with him. Gets it back in behind. I think that's going to be Gallagher. Gets it over to Kruger. Comes back out to Pisano. He gets it in, chips it back in. It looks like KP had cleared the zone just in time. Picked up by Pisano. Chipped off the board, trapped in was Greenfield, but he now clears the zone. Picked up by McGowan. Over to Gallagher, hops up, gets it over to Niles. Niles trying to make a shifty move. Puck was just up on edge. He couldn't gain control of the puck in time. Picked up by Bingham. Tries to do a big shifty move, but was intercepted as he tried to approach the blue line. Picked up by McEachern. He read that pass well. Now it's over to Niles. Dangerously out in front. Got some shifty moves right here. That's picked up by McGowan. Chip forward. That's Niles. Getting down that left wing. Stays a little bit wide, but good poke check picked up by Bingham. Trying to walk it out in front. Does he have enough to make the move? And then we're going to have a stoppage. I think he's got Niles going. Yeah, he's going to send Niles to the box. There's a lot of words being spoken out of the referee to explain that one. I heard words like face, hand, misconduct. There could be multiple penalties up right here. You may see an abbreviated 90 seconds, and then he may get some extra. Yeah, somebody else is going to join him in the box, I believe. So Conley's going to serve the minor for Niles, and looks like Niles is going to get a little extra time in the send bin. Perhaps some additional words were spoken by Niles that Zebra did not take too kindly of, warranting some extra time alone in the send bin. So Niles no stranger to the box this year, though. He has been one who has been able to carve his name in the back of those penalty boxes a few times this year. Okay, we're back in the game. I'm not sure what's going on with the camera. We had a phone call coming in. Things were interrupted here. Hopefully we had been picking up some of that action. I don't know. Back to McGowan on a long shot. And from the point that was steered wide, McEachern tried to step in and force that in, but it's coming back out. Oh, wow, what a good hit there by McGann. Good, clean, open ice hit. And as Bingham was turning to the ice, he took down a player. But let's go back to that hit by McGann. Love to see good, clean, open ice hit like that. He just found his man in the neutral zone, had his head down. McGann came in with a good, clean, shoulder-to-shoulder hit. Basic physics says that with the speed, size, and strength of McGann, he was going to win that battle against his man, and he did. But that's all alone. Out in front, let's remember we got to keep playing hockey, though, here, boys. Picked up by Greenfield. Does he have enough to get outside his man? We got 2-on-1. What a lane what a terrible line change by the Cape Cotter player. That left Connolly coming all alone, but fortunately for Cape Cod, he was not able to maintain possession of that puck. Didn't see it, but that was a good turn aside on a good hard low shot by the Cape Codders. Back out to the neutral zone. Gets a long shot in, and that was off the low pad. Connolly. Kuchin on the forecheck. Dietremont bites on it, and he goes all the way in. He gets beat out wide, and that's Pizzano. I think there should have been an offsides call there. I think the puck did clear, but maybe not. Connolly trying to beat his man down the wing. Cooch carries it, backhand, forehand. He's deep in the corner. He's all alone right now. And then puck was picked out of his back pocket as, oh boy, and here we go again. A good defensive play by Cape Cotter, who was able to take the puck, and as he was trying to come outside the zone, looks like Connolly got his stick tied up into the skates of a KP player, and he's going to go to the box for 90. Got about a minute and 23 left in the second, in the first. High scoring 3-2 opening period here. Gallagher on the forecheck. Kruger retreating. Good shift. He moves, gets outside McEachern. He saucers a soft backhand pass, almost handcuffed the goalie Murphy. But that puck did get chipped out. Will go all the way down the other end for a stoppage and icing. Little dump and chase by the Cape Codders. That lets the puck come all the way back to its defenseman waiting at the blue line. Gets a good shot in. That was deflected to another open defender. That was deflected, perhaps with a high stick. Puck clears. We got 7 seconds left in the period. That should do it. Should be no more harm created through the rest of the game here, or period, if you will. As time expires, we'll have 7 seconds to go in the Connolly tripping call. And hopefully we'll make some adjustments here in this second period upcoming here. Well, the first game after Christmas opened up very promising, but after scoring a couple of goals, immediately giving up a couple of goals, and then a goal to fall behind by one, the same style of play has plagued them over the past couple of weeks here. A little bit of complacency in going after the puck and just your general overall crispness with maintaining possession of the puck, finding their teammates' sticks with their passes. Just needs to be cleaned up a little bit. I think this KP team has got more in their tank, but has not been playing some of their best hockey as of late. Let's see if we can make some adjustments as we are underway here in the second period, with KP down by 1. I just carried in offsides. We are back to a full 5-on-5 skating situation. Niles still serving time for his misconduct in the box. Greenfield on the draw. He wins that back. Lets his teammates set up play. Carried it out. Back over to Greenfield. Oh, just avoids a hit. Cooch carries it out of the puck truck corner out. Tries to get it back over to Cooch. Cooch has got a man out in front. Oh, rebounded. Just over to Greenfield. Gets him up. Trying to go in and lay the big hit out. Missed it on the hit, but that left the players alone. 2-on-1. Just outside the reach. Dangerous gamble there, but now we're going to come back out and transition here. We got a speedy Greenfield right now. He's taking some big roots, goes in for a good long wrist shot just above the blocker hand by the goalie, making a good save. Good deceptive shot there by Greenfield. Picked up by Pisano. That puck takes a bad hop, and he gets run by his player. A little traffic over along the half wall. That's picked up by Connolly. Connolly keeps his feet moving, but loses it out into the neutral zone. Cooch comes in, lays a body, pushes that puck forward. That's going to be retreated, picked up by Deans. Deans carrying the puck out, gains the red line. Good toe drag over the blue line. Yeah, we have just a half a stride offsides was the Cotters. 10:16 to play. This KP team has got to find that extra gear right now. It's like they're stuck in third gear with a couple more gears on the floor that have just not been shifted into yet. Back into the high slot, into the skates now. Kruger, no, it's picked up by, I think that was Galler, chips it out. Kruger throws it deep into the corner. Back to McKecken. That's Gallagher in the corner. Carried out, saucered out under the stick of McGann. McGann drops back into the defensive posture and lets that rip all the way down for an icing call. Puck will come all the way back to the other end with a face-off to the left of the Cape Cod netminder. Face-off draw. Greenfield. Low shot in, rebounded. Murphy was there to make a stop. Seemingly harmless dump in. Turned out to be a decent quality chance. Again, you got to stress not necessarily urgency out of their play, but you like to see them dial it up a little bit here. Face off to the left of Murph. Battle on the draw. He's going to send them both. I think there's going to be a double holding call. I guess my suspicion was there was probably a little chatter before that, precipitated by the face-off draw, where they both tied each other up, and then the Zebra just taking no desire in having that type of situation perpetuate itself for the rest of the game. So he throws them both in the box. Now, Greenfield gets to have a little quality time with Niles still serving time in the box right now. Coming back out now, it's Connolly, and that puck just jumps high over the stick off a incidental deflection, so neutral zone face-off. KP slowly advancing the puck down the ice. McGann on the draw. Bingham to his right, Conley to his left. Chip forward. Oh, I thought Conley was going to maybe have enough to get there. Saucered up all the way down, and that will go for an icing call. Well, face-off one picked up by the Cotters, breaking out 3-on-2, thrown over to the man all alone down, and number 21 just chips a good pass in from his winger wide of the net. Again, a harmless breakout turned into be a very dangerous scoring opportunity for the Cotters. I think that was McGowan jumps into the play, but it was stepped in, intercepted, rebound out in front, backhand shovel out by McEachern. And Murphy wisely gets that rebound and seals it up for a face-off to his left. 8:11 to play in the second. High off the board, comes clear of the zone. Chip back in. Kruger throws it over to open space. Oh, good shifty move, but just outside his reach, or else he would have been in all alone. But finds his man back at the point into the skate of Cooch. Cooch trying to carry it out. Kruger chips it off the back of his own player, and that puck stayed back in the zone, but McEachern was there to pick it up. Over to his awaiting winger. Gallagher chips it forward off of his stick into a shifty left-handed forward of the Cotters. Thrown back in. Got KP pinned in there. McEachern saucers it up. Kruger looking to carry it out. He throws a hard ice pass, a little bit too far for Gallagher. Neutral zone picked up by McGowan. There's Kruger, picks it back up, and he throws it all the way in. He's at the red line, so there will be no icing. Lets KP get in for a line change. McEachern plays a little self-pass, then chips it forward under the stick of Cooch. Shifty moves. Big number 88 gets a long shot in off the blocker in the glove hand of Murph. Intercepts that. McEachern loses it in behind. That's a quality pad save all alone in the high slot. Another shot in. McGowan tries it, clears it out, puts it into the body of the Cape Cod player. Now it's McGann trying to carry it out. Carried in, rebound. Oh, Murphy, what a quick glove hand. Makes a great save. Coming down the wing. Conley is all by himself, but he's got Bingham on that far wing. Like to see a hit here. Oh, the double Malachi crunch right there. Deep in the corner, but the Cape Cod player knew it was coming. He absorbed it well. Get the mount. Deflects that out back to McGann. High saucer pass goes under the stick of Bingham deep into the corner. No icing call. Reverses it around. McGann gets there. He fans on it. And comes back outside the zone. Pisano was there. Comes back out to Murph, who pounces on it. Shot back in along from afar. Murphy almost caught him outside the net, but puck did go wide. Picked up by Bingham, throws it over to Conley. Conley gets into the high slot, gets a low shot in, gets his own rebound. He's battling too. Comes over to McGann. McGann's in the slot, trying to get the shot off. Deflected off the side apron. That lets Cooch join the Conley taking a chop. He goes in, no issue there. Puck is left back in the face-off dot, throws it out in front to his waiting winger, who gets a shot and brings a roar from the crowd with a good scoring chance from the Cotters. Lozano throws it back out, but he got no winger over there protecting that point. That allows that shot to come in all alone. And the puck from in behind the net just gets thrown out. A bad deflection. There's been not some good quality spacing. Too many men are all alone. The pursuit of the puck has been a little lackadaisical, leaving too much time and space for these Cape Codders to just operate at their own pace, time and leisure. And before you know, we look up on the scoreboard, it's now 4-2. Very unexpected outcome as of this point in time in the game. But a lot of hockey left. That's picked up by Greenfield. Greenfield looking to rub his man into the boards. And then he's right back out in transition. Trying to get out wide. Does he have enough to turn the corner? He does. He walks in. Good shot in, and that's rebounded by the netminder. Back to Greenfield. Makes a good move. He's going to walk in. Tries to get it to the shooting hand. Puts it just above the post on the inside corner. McGowan steps in and pinches in. Kicks it back in. That leaves Cooch, and that's Greenfield. Greenfield covering a lot of ice right now. And behind the net, Cooch battling in, forechecking here. And that's thrown out. That'll come back out to the point. That's McKecken back at the point. Picked up by Cooch. That's kept in, and it does find its way out. There's McGowan. And that puck did just come outside the zone. So we got 3:12 to play. KP down by 2. We got to clean this puck up. I mean, we're losing the puck before we can get it outside the zone. Murphy deflecting it deep into the corner. To get them on, throws it back to the point again. We got nobody back at the points. And it's stuffed back in. McGann loses an edge. It's going to come back to the point. That's thrown out by a Cape Cod player. So Niles in on the forecheck. Looks like that's going to get picked up hopefully by McGann. Throws it back in off of his stick, but that's picked up by Hall. Hall, the long cross ice pass. That should go for an icing, and it does. With 2:05 to play, KP facing a 2-goal deficit. Greenfield on the draw. We could use a big draw here. Win that back to the point. Now we'll cash it in. Let's go, McGowan. Oh, that's a good shot in. I think they'd have the butt end of the Cape Cod goalie. Gallagher trying to slide it out in front. Gets it to Connolly. That's shipped out. Back to Greenfield. Gets a deflected shot in. Off of this. Good. I mean, let's back that up. That all started with a good quality face-off win. A shot on net from McGowan. Rebounded over here. I think that was Gallagher deep in the corner. Comes back out to, I didn't quite see who got the shot up, but it was on net, and it got deflected off of a Cape Cod player. But the important thing, there was traffic out in front. Got the deflection. KP gets a monstrous goal with 1:48 to play in the second. Moves us to a 1-goal deficit. It could be some of the spark that they just desperately needed after some lengthy, lethargic play by KP. So maybe that will ignite something. You know, time will tell. Let's see how they can react to that. You know, the last couple times they put a couple of points on the board, it's been the Cape Cod team that has responded in kind on the scoreboard. So McKecken in behind the net. He steps off it. That's picked up by Greenfield, but that goes under his piece of lumber. Carried in behind the net. McGowan pushing his man out wide. Good cycling right now by the puck of the Cotters. Gallagher battling in. Oop. McKecken looking to carry it out. Does he have enough to throw it out to Greenfield coming down the wing? Oh, and he does. He goes up to the glove side, and he gets it just under the glove side. That was a good chip out by McKecken. Gets it up to the speedy winger of Greenfield. Netminder had a KP player coming down the middle of the lane, so he had to keep an eye on him as well. But the sharp shooting Greenfield decides to just snipe it on the left-hand side, right-handed shot, had some net to pick at, and just went glove side, but hit the bottom of the glove and went in. So just like that, KP finds a little second period magic, making it 4-4 in the waning 30 seconds of the second period. Knotted up at 2. KP responding before we are under the end of the second here. Long shot in was saved by Murphy. 12.7 to go. Love to escape our way out of this second period. Knotted up going into the third, setting the stage for a big finish here. But first we got 12.7. Take care of business. Long shot in, rebounded. Safely outside the zone. Well done. And that should bring the expiration of the second period. Well, you gotta give the KP team some props here that they were able to respond. Knotted up at 4. We'll be back for the third period of action. All right, hockey fans, we're about to drop the buck at the start of the third period here. May have been back for a little bit, but Benjamin Niles has decided to return to the action here, serving his full time of misconducts in the net. Bingham making a couple of shifty moves, leaves it to Niles all alone out in front. Couldn't get the shot off, though. Got a microphone test going on with the announcer. Niles carrying up. I'd like to see Bingham get out of his way. Niles, shifty move, getting down on the outside. Carries it all the way, gets it alone out in front. There's Greenfield, and he rings the post on the short side. Good patience carrying the puck there was Niles, covering an awful lot of ice. Picked up by Bings, tries to throw it far across ice to Greenfield. Niles on the forecheck. Picked up by Bingham in the neutral zone. He's looking to make a move, and he turns over the puck in the neutral zone. Got to keep those feet moving. Ain't going to just coast your way all the way down the ice. Thrown out. That's picked up by Bingham, and he loses the puck. Picked up by Bingham. He's got Niles breaking out. He would. The cameraman was in the vicinity. You would have seen a nice play breaking out. Greenfield threatening after a good shot in by Niles. Kakin battling deep in the corner. A man takes a spill, but that was incidental. Long save cross ice pass by McGowan, throws it out. Good angle right there, so there will be no icing on it. That's thrown up high. Old school NHL, that would have been a 2-line pass, but we've eliminated that rule many years ago. Thrown out deep into the corner. Now that's McGowan battling, and he throws it up high and over the boards. 9:51 to play. McGann on the draw, Kruger to his right, Cooch out to his left, into the skates of the Zebra. It's an offsides play, but they're going to let that go. That's somewhat shocking. Right in front of him. Oh, bodies just flip-flapping all over the place, but they're going to let it go on. And then the call is going to go against KP. 1 + 1 is adding up to 3 on this one. I just don't get it. He's got McGowan going to the box. I guess he's got him for an interference call. Yeah, interference call. So that'll be a minute and a half up on the board. Need a big penalty kill here. Got to keep your eye on the prize here. KP in the middle of a nice comeback here. Got to have a centerman up here. There we go. That'll be Gallagher on the draw. But that's one back to the point. Long shot in. Dietremont gets there. Gets it outside the zone. Connolly was trying to spring himself loose, and this one might be springless. Does he have enough to get by that one? He does. Gets it to the. He's getting tugged from behind. That should be a penalty shot. Let's see if he points to the middle. No, he's going to take the safe route and just call a hooking call. I think that perhaps should have been a penalty shot for Connolly. He was in all alone. The stick tug eliminated a pure quality scoring chance. Meets the literal definition of when a penalty shot should be awarded, but perhaps KP not in the good graces of these zebras, so he was forced into just making the bare minimum hooking call. So that'll even things up. 4-on-4 skaters for the next minute. Assuming we can get out of harm's way. That's picked up by Gallagher into the neutral zone. He's got Connolly coming down his right wing, but he keeps the possession of the puck all the way in and then loses the puck in behind, but he keeps going. Battling, throws it out in front. That was Dietremont, chips it back in. Intercepted, stuffs it back in. Connolly. And the forecheck. 20 seconds to go. Connolly, a couple of shifty moves. Wasn't able to get a shot off, though, coming back out in the other direction. Greenfield hits the brakes, was going to size his man up, but Cape Cod player wisely pumps the brakes as well. McEachern battling. It's 1-on-2 right here. All alone in the high slot. Rebounded. Greenfield's got Bingham. Does he have enough to get out into the shooting lane? He's making a couple of zigzags, and then he tries to go to the same locale before. This time the netminder gets the glove up and makes the save. All eyes and attention were drawn in behind Murphy, where McEachern was having some formalities with a Cape Cod player all along. Breakout action coming in the other direction. Quality scoring chance. Bingham on the faceoff draw, throws it in, low shot. That leaves it for Niles. That's shipped off hard all the way down. Should go for an icing, and it does. 3 seconds to go on the KP power play. Should allow for enough time to set up, muck up their men. Looks like Greenfield is on the draw. Good centerman. Should have the opportunity to win this face-off draw back to, I guess that could be McGowan back at the point. Yep, and then it's over to Niles. Bingham looking to just chip it loose if that puck did come out, but netminder wisely seals it up. Back to 5-on-5 skaters. 7:23 to play. Hard back to the point. That's back to McEachern. Whips it in behind. He's got Bingham in behind. Bingham trying to get it out to Greenfield into his skates. He's walking all the way around. He throws it. Angled pass off the boards. That's back to McEachern. McEachern throws a long cross-ice pass. Slides under the stick of McGowan, but McGowan stuffs it back in. Keeps it in. Greenfield doing some stick work. Just enough to be a legal hockey play. Then he's rubbed off in the corner. Into the seat. Greenfield kicks it forward, picks it up by Niles. Niles carrying it out, and he gets out. He gets rubbed off the play, but no, there was no penalty on that one. Just a casual interference call. Picks it up to McEachern, who tucks it back in. That's wrapped hard around the boards. That should be Bingham. Should have enough to pick it up, and he kicks it forward. Back out to the Cape Cod player. That's chipped out, and that should go all the way. Just barely enough for an icing call. 6:16 to play. Deep offensive zone for KP. Face off. Puck is dumped in deep. That's going to be Dietremont who's looking to retrieve the puck. He chips it forward. He's got Kruger. And then Pisano offers his assistance. Kruger chips it back. That goes out, and no icing. Waved off. And that one coming back the other direction will have enough to go for an icing call. You can feel the energy picking up now. The tunes are cranking inside Gallo Arena down here in Cape Cod, Massachusetts. Face off. That's McGann battle along the boards, and then from behind, Cooch gets rubbed off the play, but no call. Picked up Kruger, chips that back in. Bodies, oh Jesus, bodies are just dropping everywhere right now. Kruger battling along the boards, and then stepped up was Cooch. Lays his man out. Didn't know if that was, oh, and then Cooch is just laying bodies everywhere. Now this time he's going to go. Oh, then there was a leg whip there by number 16. Yeah, he's got the retribution right there. So that was, I think that was Kent on the retribution. Cooch, one good clean hit. Second hit, perhaps a little bit late. So he was going to the box for that one. And then a leg whip by Kent, number 16. Sticks his leg out in a dangerous play. That's going to take away the man advantage. That should leave us without any sort of man advantage. That should be back to 5-on-5 hockey. No harm, no foul at this point, but Cooch finding a little extra energy right there, playing with some invigoration here, laying some smack down here, perhaps setting the tone. KP getting back to the type of game that they typically have played so well when they start playing physical, aggressive, but smart. Greenfield throws it to Connolly out in front. Just goes under his stick. Greenfield looking to lay the smack down. Now we got Gallagher. Got his man in the corner. That puck is wrapped around hard. Does Connolly has enough to throw it out in front. It's rebounded. Got 2-on-2 coming the other way. Pisano. Man beats him out wide. He's got a man all alone out in front. That's chipped out into Pisano's skates. Pisano has the puck. Good patience with the puck. Throws it out. And just under the stick. That's going to get... No, it's not going to get waved. It does get waved off. The two refs were colluding with each other, trying to figure out if they wanted to call it or not. I think they decided not to call it. The right call. Oh, good play. That's a good physical play by Pisano. Just cleared his man out of the forward rush of the puck. Oh, that puck was thrown off the side apron. Greenfield chips it out hard. Gets it over to Connolly. He's got a little bit of time and space. Loses the puck at the neutral zone. Greenfield waiting for Connolly to clear the zone. Loses an edge. Gets it to Bingham. Throws it in on net. Let's not lose some of this forward momentum right here, boys. Let's keep up the intensity right now. Connolly tried to pick the stick up. That puck was deflected and rebounded dangerously out in front. McGowan comes in with his left skate and kicks it forward. Gets it over to Connolly. Connolly with a couple of zigzag moves. Gets a long shot in. That's going to come back to the point. This is McKecken. He throws it to Bingham. Bingham tries to bump it out in front to an awaiting Connolly. Connolly does a good job getting his body in the passing lane here. Walks it in. He goes short side, top corner. Connolly getting it done. Connolly was all over that forecheck, all over the passing out in front, making things happen. And then finally says, enough of this. I'm going to walk in and do it all alone. From a tough angle, gets it from the backhand over to the forehand. Just a tiny window inside upper corner post. And Connolly just stuffs it in. KP climbing all the way back from a 2-goal deficit to go up by 1 with 3:11 to play. Crucial 30 seconds of hockey right now. The time that immediately follows a goal. Let's see if KP can continue their intensity right now. Stood up. That was McGann absorbing a big hit, but he bounces right back up. Cooch recently serving time for physical play in the box. McGann under the stick of Cooch. McKecken backpedals under the stick of, that was Kruger. McGowan was getting ready to obliterate Dutton. Dutton saved by the whistle for an offsides call. He was licking his chops like it was mutton on a hot stick. McGowan wanted a piece of Dutton, but wisely pulls up to avoid an unsportsmanlike or a roughing call for a hit after the whistle. And that's Kruger. Good forecheck. Got to keep the pressure on this Cotter team. Neutral zone. Cooch sticks her up. In behind, 2:20 to play. Kruger another forecheck. We're coming back out in transition. We could have numbers 2-on-1. McEachern backpedaling. A good pass over, deflected. I don't know if McGowan got there in time to just disrupt that crossing pass or what, but that should get waved off. A perfectly weighted dump out pass. Didn't let the puck get out into the all the way down the ice. Now, this game is opening up right now. We're back in transition in the other direction. Another shot in. That puck is rebounded off to the side of the net. A couple of zigzag moves. I don't know how that player kept the puck going, but Greenfield picks it up. He's getting harassed. He was about to get stood up, but he read it. Look at Greenfield working his tail off. And that's picked up by McGann. That puck is rebounded. That's puck shipped back in by Greenfield. Hockey action is wide open right now. How is this for post-Christmas holiday action right now? KP picking it up right now. That's angled in. Little self-pass over there. Let's shift back in. We might have some transition coming the other way. Pisano's got a back pedal. He's got his man to be. He plays it well into the skates. Good job by Pisano. Greenfield is there to help. Got a man all alone over here. That's Sauerbred. And Murphy making a good play. Getting a stoppage. Whew. We've got 1 or 2 left to play. Face-off's going to be to the left of Murphy. Greenfield's going to have the draw. He's got Conley split out to his right. And Gallagher on his left. That's picked up by Connolly. I don't know if I got that action or not. The puck is thrown in deep. Shipped back out. That's Gallagher. Wisely dumps it in deep with 37 seconds to go. McGowan pinching, but patiently awaiting. Anticipates well. We have an open net. Cotters have pulled the netminder. This is where the intensity's got to be picked up by KP in puck pursuit right here. We got 20 seconds to go. And we got an offsides call. Just offsides. 19 seconds to go. Cape Cod, 6 skaters on the ice right now. Face-off is going to be out in front of the KP bench. 6-on-5 skaters. Connolly on the draw. Wins it back to McGowan and Bingham. They swipe it out, just gets it outside the zone. Niles does enough on the way to the pass. Can Connolly get there before the icing? And he does. Good job by Connolly, gets it there. We got 7 seconds to go. Puck is back in behind. One more time for Connolly to make a play here. And he does. He wraps it out. It's in behind the net, and that'll do it. KPW with a tremendous comeback here down in Gallo Arena in Cape Cod, Massachusetts. KP starting off quickly giving back a couple of goals, then going down by 2. Coach was able to find some sort of spark, threw a little gas on the fire. And KP, 3 unanswered goals. Finally able to get back in the win column here. So KP taking 1 down here in Cape Cod. 5-4 is your final. And that'll do it for a little holiday action today. Hope you enjoyed that one today. I know I certainly did. So that'll do it for Cape Cod. Merry Christmas and Happy New Year.